Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, it's been the weekend, and we've had some time to go through some of the things that we're going through. Uh, the uh, employee who caused this, he was also the one who was most violently beaten and everything. So he probably learned the lesson on this one because right now he's having some PTSD issues, um, and I'm not going to go into it here, but he is having some PTSD, which he should be, and now he's learned about how traumatic. An invasion takeover is because I've been warning him and talking to him about the possibility of that happening because of his real lackadaisical ideals on security. And he thinks he knows everything, but then that's a youngster. They do think that they know everything, and here I am. That's my specialty: safety and security. Uh, and he he knows nothing. He's just an idiot with a gun, and so we we rectified that, and so we're taking steps now to treat some of the trauma that's going on. Everybody's been asking how I'm doing. I said, "Well, this is kind of a mild case where." Um, I actually haven't been on the hostage end of a situation where I'm usually on the other end, negotiating their release and safe return. But in this case, I was one of the hostages. But fortunately for me, I did plan ahead, and that's what um, really helped out saving everybody because the first thing working in a dangerous neighborhood, um, a business needs to have a panic room. That's what they're called. They're called panic rooms, and they're called panic rooms for a reason. And um, we have it um, fortified so that it's very highly bullet resistant. Um, and so even if they start shooting up the walls, the doors, and everything, it's highly unlikely that either will give way to all the gunfire. And that's uh, with the engineering of a 7.62 at close range. So, or 308 for you, for the American folks, 308 caliber, 7.62 European. So it's good to resist that. One of the things that I want to say is that I'm certainly glad that I'm here because in takeover robberies, especially here in East Oakland, uh, those that are invaded, where I'm the victim, we don't normally survive. They normally just kill us outright. Or kill us shortly thereafter after extracting the information that they want. Then they execute everybody. How did I know that they weren't as likely? Because number one, when they came in my room, they didn't shoot my dog right away, and so that they told me they get control of my dog, which I did get control of my dog. At the same time, my OC spray that's on my waist, I discarded that, put it next to the dog, by just simply flipping it, and they didn't see it because it's in a black container, and also they're pretty concerned about my dog. Also, my 45 was close by, but because I'm looking at um, two guns uh, within very close proximity of my head and my body, I cannot take the chance of even drawing that and getting that into play, because they just load me up with lead before I can even get a shot off. So that wouldn't have worked either. And then also my phone was there, so uh, everything was tucked nicely out of sight, and also having the Mama, my dog, in place, and them fearing her, and then I'm telling the dog to uh, uh, stay and be calm. So she essentially just guarded uh, my OC spray, my weapon, and my cell phone. So that's the good part. It's still very difficult talking about, because I'm still going through the swelling here. That's been irritating when I'm a side sleeper, and so unfortunately, when I roll onto this, it wakes me up. It's very painful. Um, it's just muscle damage, injuries, swelling. There's no fractures or anything up there. They did kick me with a shoed foot right here, and so that's the swelling and everything. But I was able to turn away for most of it. And the other fortunate part was I didn't have my glasses, so I was like that. So they just had a clear shot right at my face. When they kicked me, they were also kicking my ribs and kidneys, and so that's how my hand got broke or fractured right here, because I got my hand in the way to absorb some of those kicks that they were placing on me. But again, we've downloaded a majority of the video. We're going through that, also submitting that to the investigators. And what's interesting is that the kids that invaded us, a majority of them didn't have any masks on at all. They just simply wore their hoodies. So one person who claims to be a victim with us, she is no longer with us, and she is also not welcome on the property any longer. We made that very clear to her, because she was the last one in and didn't secure the doors. And that we suspect she was involved with that somehow. So we have turned her information over to investigators also. Inside job, quite possibly. And this person was not a regular here. This was brought in by our problem child. And so we've dealt with the problem child's problem child. And so we're working things out, getting things put back together here, some of us working through the trauma of they consider a near-death experience. Myself, having 20 years of experience in counterterrorism, I've certainly seen much worse than this. And however, not being in the part of the hostage previously until now, but a lot of the things that I was taught and that I learned through training, I used in negotiating with these terrorists, and that's how I'm going to call them, and what I'm going to call them, because that's what they are. They're urban terrorists. So since they didn't kill me within the first 5 minutes, and after they extracted information, I could also see that they were absolute amateurs with dealing with hostages, in my case, me, because it took 4 of them. And I suspect that neither of the weapons were loaded. And I say that in the sense that, number one, they didn't kill us. And so they didn't have ammunition. And the difficulty at getting ammunition these days, here, especially here in California, you have to show ID. And some other requirements depending on which county you're in. But anyway, I suspect that they may not have had ammunition in the AK-47 pistol, but the shotgun, it is highly probable that something could be in there. And so that was having, if in another circumstance it was only one weapon and 4 invaders, I would have gone for it, because first thing that I would do is control the muzzle position of the shotgun, and that's a whole lot easier than a handgun. And then at the same time, because of my narrow doorway which they were standing in, I could deal with only 2 of them maximum could do anything to me at one time, and so I can easily control the flow on that one, as I've spoken about in some of my other videos. So all the things that I spoke about, it would have been a very different situation if it had only been one gun. It can be 4, even 6 invaders, but only one weapon. Or even if they had a knife, that was fine, because I can deal with that. But having 2 guns and the uncertainty of the charge level of each didn't make it worthwhile. So that's why I became the hostage, and then I worked my negotiation skills, which in the videos that we pulled and that we've downloaded, you can clearly see, I'm at a very compromised situation, and I didn't have any weapons, because literally my sleeping pants, which are just running pants, they had been dragged down to my ankles, so I'm in a compromised position. And then that's also where they see my philosophy bag and stuff. So anyway, we'll see about getting that put together and on a video, so you can see how violent they were, because that also was the point where you could see them kicking me in the head, kicking me in my ribs and everything. So we'll work on getting that posted here shortly. But like I said, we suspect one person was in on this robbery, and we also suspect some other people, because there were characteristics that I recognized in some of the 8 invaders. So we'll see what happens. Also, once we continue going through the videos and being able to identify some of the faces. So thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.